Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome. My name is Rupi for those of you who have not met me. And today I'm excited to share with you a first impression style review on the new Nars Holiday 2021 palette. This is from their Unwrapped collection. As you can see, they're kind of sticking to their risque theme and, you know, going in with like the bondage style. But we're just gonna jump right into this. So here is the box that it comes in. This is what it looks like. Do I have it the right way? I do. So this is what it looks like. I am just gonna turn down my lighting a little bit so you can see it better. So there is what it looks like. All right, so you take it out of the box and it's very, very, very reflective. So very reflective. It has Nars kind of engraved on there, and then the detailing of the kind of, you know, the bondage strapping, whatever you want to call it, is actually kind of raised and it overlaps and everything. So it's super, super 3D. I'm just going to turn down the ring light yet again. Actually, you know what? Should we try turning it off? I don't know if that's really giving you a good depiction of it because everything in its mom is reflecting through this palette. Now the inside of the palette, however, is this beautiful little color story here. I'm gonna bring that nice and close for you so that you can see what it looks like. I will obviously swatch it for you guys. It is showing up a little bit blown out, so I'm just gonna try and show it true to light, and there it is. I would say that is probably what it looks like to my eye. And yeah, it's super, super pretty. I wouldn't say that the color story is anything unique though, but sorry if I keep going in and out with the light, so hopefully it's not too annoying for you guys. But we are gonna play with this today. I'm just gonna do, I think, one look for now, and I'm gonna continue to play with it over time. And maybe what I'll do at the end of October is kind of talk about the products that I tried out, and not like an October favorites, but maybe like speed reviews, kind of like Teresa Is Dead does. I think I might do something in that regard, just because I feel like otherwise I never get time to come back and let you guys know, because once I've done a video on it, I'm kind of like, okay, well, I'm over it. So let's go ahead and swatch this baby. I'm not going to talk through the swatches today because I feel like that just takes too long. I will swatch them on my arm. I think I'm going to do 4 at a time, and that way I can have the names up on the screen for you guys, because when I have the palette up this way and you turn it around, the names, if you can tell, are actually upside down. So you have to flip over the palette. So I'm not really sure what name goes with what shadow. So I'm gonna have to figure that out by going online, but I will go ahead and do that and then insert the swatches in just a moment for you guys. But just a little bit about this collection. So this palette, this eyeshadow palette particularly, is actually made in Italy. So I'm really, really intrigued by the formula because, you know, Pat McGrath has a formula that's really excellent that's made in Italy. Same with Natasha Denona, I think. There are a few other brands that I love. You know, the Glowish line I think is made in Italy, and love those products. I don't know what it is about Italian formulas, you guys, but they're really, really good. This retails for $59 US or 78 Canadian. I know, it's a little bit crazy. I did spend that. Yes, I did. But I did get free shipping, so that was always a bonus. And it looks like you only get 1 gram of product per pan, which is a little bit, you know, little. So it's not very, very big. It's very tiny. I would say that these pans maybe are comparable to like the Supreme Nudes. Let me just pull that palette out so I can compare it to you side by side. So here is Artist Couture Supreme Nudes. So as you can see, it is a little bit bigger than this palette, and now I think the pans are actually larger, and they are quite large compared to this. So look how tiny those pans are. And I think in this one you get, I want to say you get 2.5 grams. Nope. Okay, you only get 1.4 grams of product per pan in these. So these might be just less shallow. So these are probably just deeper. That's probably the difference. But they're really, really tiny. I mean, I don't mind, but you know, whatever. For 1 gram of product per pan for a $78 Canadian palette, it's pretty pricey, you know? But yeah, there are a bunch of other products that did launch with this collection. I didn't pick any of those up. There was a face palette, and I'm still kind of intrigued by that one. I'm going to pop it up on the screen here. I did not grab it though because I have the Pat McGrath Cheek Trio that I think just got delivered to my mailbox. I don't know. But I feel like I just don't need more face palettes as much as I really want to try it because it looks absolutely beautiful. I think I'm just going to pass on that for now. So I did just pick up this. There are some lipsticks. There are some 6-pan palettes that are smaller than this. I don't know. They're quite cheap compared to this. Like, more affordable, I would say. I think they're 25 Canadian, no, 33 Canadian, 25 US is what they were for the 6-pan ones. But I don't know how small the pans in that are. Like, are they smaller than this? I don't know. I thought about picking one up to compare it for you guys, but honestly, I'm just not gonna use it, right? So this is the one that intrigued me. That's the one that I went for because I wanna be a conscious shopper when it comes to buying what I want to buy. I could buy everything in the moon and review it for you guys, but that's not the point of my channel. So anywho, this is all I picked up. This is all we're reviewing today. So let's get into the swatches. Oh, you guys, I am sweating right now. I don't know what's happening. It's so hot. Okay, I need to prime my eyelids. All right, you guys, I've primed my eyelids and I just used the Juvia's Place eye primer in the shade 2, and I guess that's the medium one. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna dip into this palette. I think I'm gonna go in with this shade here. I'll try and remember to put up the shade names on the screen because I don't know what they are right now. You would have seen them when I was swatching, but you know, sometimes it's hard to remember. So I'm just gonna go in with this shade kind of on the outer corner, but lightly start buffing it into the crease. Okay. The only thing I will say is all of the mattes in here seem to be kind of a cooler tone. I kind of want to play with the greens. I think I know what I'm gonna do. This is a very different kind of color story. Like, I feel like even though you can kind of work in the rows, I mean the columns or the rows, I feel like some of them don't make sense, you know? Do you guys ever feel like that? Or they just don't? Anyways, I am gonna try not to talk too much through this, but we're just gonna pop that in our crease and blend, blend, blend. Okay, so I was a little bit afraid this matte was gonna skip over the Juvia's Place. I'm using a natural hairbrush from Emmy Cosmetics, and I feel like it's diffusing it out pretty good and it's blending fairly well. So far, I'm not seeing any issues. I was really thinking it was gonna start bunching up in areas. I will say for the price, these brushes are decent, but they are a little bit on the scratchier side. They're not soft like Rephr, but I mean, if you're gonna be buying $5 brushes, what do you really expect, you know? And they do have some shedding. So I'm gonna go in next with the matte green shade right here with the same brush. And we're gonna pop this on the outer corner. And I am gonna blend it a little bit up into the crease, but that is kind of where I want to focus it. I will say the mattes are kind of powdery. Not as powdery as something like ABH, but definitely powdery. Okay, so let's do this eye. It's a really pretty color. I also have the Climax palette on the way. Honestly, I feel like I should have just ordered it when I ordered this one, but I ordered it like 2 days after that because it just, like, I don't know, every video I've watched, I'm like, that is a palette I would use. So I probably brought that a little too low. So I do have that one on the way. I know there's a lot of videos out there, but let me know if you guys don't want to see a review with that. Look at that green, that's beautiful. And I'm just gonna go and do the same thing on the other eye. Okay, I'm gonna take a Japanesque 836 brush. I'm going into that first brown shade that we used, just very lightly. And I just wanna kind of blend it right above this green because I feel like we lost it just a little. This eye is always my difficult eye, and I always feel like I tend to lose color much quicker on this side. Somehow I'm getting glitter everywhere. I don't know where that's coming from, probably from a brush. Okay, I'm going back in with the green a little bit, tapping off any excess from that because I don't want a lot. I'm really kind of bringing it into the inner crease there, but just like lower than the brown. Really, really liking how that looks so far. Okay, next I'm going in with the Nabla N204 brush from the Ruby Lights collection. It's just kind of a flat shader. I am gonna go into this kind of satin green shade. It's not really a metallic. I don't think this one's considered a metallic. It's just considered a satin, maybe? I'm not really sure. I'm assuming. Is it picking up on my brush? Can't really tell. I don't want to get too much. Oh yeah. Let's see. Yeah, so very, very satin, just, you know, a light sheen. Nothing crazy on that. I'm just bringing it right to the inner corner, just like that. Same thing on the other eye, and then we'll go in and blend. I'm just gonna use the same brush I was using earlier. I'm just gonna kind of buff around the crease area so that the shimmer kind of just smoothly transitions into the crease. Just like so. That is a really, really beautiful shade. Really liking how this look is going so far. I really want to use one of these like foiled shades, and I'm just trying to figure it out because one of them is a duochrome-ish, but I totally do need like a glitter glue situation with it. And I just think I want to take it on the inner part of my lid. So I am just gonna get kind of a small brush. I'm gonna use this one. I think it's actually like a lip brush. I'm not even sure actually. It's from Morphe, I don't know, whatever. For glitter glue, it doesn't really matter. I'm just picking up the glitter glue on the brush, and I'm just gonna dab a little bit on both sides because I feel like you don't really need too much of this. And then with the same brush, I am gonna go into this kind of duochrome shade right here. Ooh, it's like really chunky and like flaky, and I'm kind of scared. Ooh, that's really pretty actually. It is kind of duochrome. It goes from like a bronzy gold to like a pink. Grab a little bit more. Very, very pretty. I think that I am gonna take a pencil brush. Actually, I'm gonna take this little tiny, I'm gonna go in with this top gold shimmer. I don't think it's as flaky as that other one. Okay, I don't know where my MAC Fix Plus is, so I'm gonna use my Slay All Day from Gerard. Just spraying that a little bit. And put that right on the inner corner. Going with a little bit more. Oh, I forgot that smells like something. Peaches, I think. That's a really pretty little inner corner. Okay, these are really, really flaky. So just like a major warning to anyone who's using them. Do not use these dry. They will definitely fall everywhere. So there is the inner corner. Super, super bright, very metallic and shimmery. Really like that. I think for the lower lash line, I am just gonna go ahead and take this kind of angled shader brush. This is from Spectrum. It's the B04. I'm gonna go ahead and dip into that green matte that we used all over the lid, or well, over most of the lid. And I am just going to meet that around the bottom. I'm gonna bring it in about halfway. I'm not really sure what I want to do on this like lower inner portion. Maybe I'll take the green metallic or satin green actually, and we'll just go all the way. Just because I don't feel like doing like an actual full-on shimmer underneath the lid. That's kind of cute actually. That's not too bad. I like that. I really do like that. Okay, so I don't know if I should have taken this shade in a little bit more. I kind of think I want to try just popping it on the finger and just lightly bringing it over more. Yeah, that's good. I feel like it's just missing a little something, but I don't want it to be like super opaque like the rest of it. And I'm just gonna put some up into the crease because it is a super flaky formula. And I'm just gonna go ahead and take my brush from earlier and blend away any extra that I didn't want. And that's kind of where we're at, right there. For my brows, I don't think I want to do anything too wild, so I am just gonna go in with my brow gel. Okay, so I quickly went ahead and did my brows. I just used my 24-hour brow setter from Benefit, and that's kind of all I went in with. I'm just gonna hop off camera, do some waterline pencil and my mascara, and I'll be right back to share my thoughts on the palette with you guys in just a sec. All right, you guys, so now that I'm back, I just want to share some of my final thoughts on the Nars Unwrapped Bijoux palette with you. Okay, so out of this palette, I was able to use 2 mattes, 1 of the satins, and 2 of the kind of flaky formula. I will say, unless you use a glitter glue, expect the flaky glitter chunks to fall everywhere. I've got glitter right here. Also, I don't know if you can tell, but even from just swatching, this one's kind of bunched up in the corner there. These ones they're really like, there's nothing to bind them, I feel like. So they're very chunky. So you definitely have to use a glitter glue. The one that I used in the middle, the lightest shade, did do okay with a just a wet pencil brush. I don't see that one flaking too much, but the one that's on the lid is super chunky, and that's the chunkiest of the 3 of that type of formula in here. And I find that it's just kind of getting everywhere, so I don't recommend using it unless you're going to use a glitter glue. I used the NYX one, which I find did a pretty decent job. Other than that, I think the mattes blended pretty beautifully into each other, into the crease. They were very easy to kind of blend out. I didn't hate those. The satins, I will say, don't really do much for me. So if you're not a person who likes satin shadows, I would probably avoid this palette because I feel like you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6 of them, maybe 7, I don't know. Some of these are supposed to be foiled metallic. I don't really know how foiled they are, but I would say the foiled ones are definitely the 3, these 2, and this one here. So I don't know, for the price that it is, do I think that this one is worth it? I personally do not think so. Do I have regrets about buying this at full price? Yeah, yeah, I do. Would I have bought this regardless? I would have definitely bought this on sale because I feel like this is still something I would use. Personally, I don't mind like the satin shimmers for more of an everyday look, or if I'm just doing makeup to the office, so I don't mind it for something like that. But when I want something really, really blinding, foiling, metallic, I'm not gonna dip into this palette because this is not the one that's gonna do it for me. So I also totally forgot to put on a lipstick, but you know what? That's besides the point. Should I put one on now? Is there a point? Let's just put one on. I meant to put one on and I totally forgot. Anyways, because I did a green eye, I would have probably gone with kind of a peachy mauve. This is the shade Me from Juvia's Place, if you're wondering. Anyways, 16 shadows. Out of them, I think the mattes, the 4 mattes and the 3 foily, whatever special sparkly ones, those are the kind of most fun shades, or the most exciting formulas for me in here, which is only 7 shades out of the 16, so it's not even half the palette, you know? So I don't think that this is worth getting at regular price. I think there's a lot of other great palettes out there for this price point. Honestly, I would rather just get a Natasha Denona midi palette because this is $59 US and a Natasha Denona midi is $65, and I know you get 1 less shade, but at least you can rearrange your color stories, and at least I can say that the formula is excellent. So do I recommend you go out and buy this? No, not if you're into indie stuff. If you are into these types of formulas, I think you're just going to enjoy Natasha Denona more. I don't want to like harp on Nars because I think Nars as a brand, I mean, they've clearly got something going for them. I know that the Climax palette was really, really excellent, according to other people. I have yet to try it. When it comes in the mail, I will definitely give that a shot. Maybe I can do a video and let you know if that formula in comparison to this formula is better. I don't hate the eye look, but it's not my favorite, you know? So, yeah, I guess besides that, I don't really have much to say. I think the formula was all right. The price point, it's gonna, and yeah, I think that if you can get it on a sale, it's probably a better deal, but I think there's some better formulas out there. So, I guess that's all I have to say. I can't make a recommendation really because I've only used it the one time, but based off of my first impressions, I really don't feel like it's worth it. I'll keep playing with it and I'll let you guys know when I check back in around the end of October, early November. I'll let you know how it's going. I might even post over on Instagram, so don't forget to follow me there. If you're not yet subscribed, please go ahead and consider subscribing. I would really, really appreciate it. And that is all for this one. Please throw me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Thumbs down if you didn't. I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, I hope that you stay safe, stay healthy, and be kind. Love you.